Do you love your grandchildren?
Of course I love my grandchildren.
A lot?
But my daughter has to
But wait,
provide
let me ask you
bills.
this.
I have to, or my daughter can't work.
I can't have you watching children. We want you. And I say, great. And then I tell you, there's something I didn't tell you. I was out with a fugitive task force and they came to a hotel and arrested me and there was meth everywhere.
Well, my daughter understands this.
Yeah. You're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years, and there'll be 100 hours of community service, restitution, and a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offer, State Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, no.
All right, you may continue to confer. Ms. Moore. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you have applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client tells me she's not going to have anything else to do with drugs and that she's going to do everything this court tells her to do. And she has sat here all morning and saw you sentencing people well undeferred.
All right. So what is happening with this case that's out of Fayette County?
Fayette County was, when this case happened, they had arrested me for the Fayette County warrant. I was pulled over and I was put on probation in Fayette County for 8 years, and I switched it over here. This happened whenever I was arrested during the Fayette County warrant. I more or less, they gave me a ticket and I didn't know if that was what was going on with that. I moved to Chicago. I came back and I had a warrant. I had no idea. And then
So you don't know what's happening with Fayette County?
Oh no, I'm on probation with Fayette County.
Oh, counsel, do you want to have a seat?
I can if you need me to, Judge.
All right, thank you.
I'm on probation with Fayette County through here. I have my officer, what's her name? Louise.
So what's happening with that case? Does she have a warrant for that?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good. She's gonna actually, my probation officer for now is gonna be my probation officer for here too. They're gonna put it together.
All right, do you have any children?
I do. I have grandchildren too.
All right, what are your children's ages?
26 and 29.
All right. Why the tears? I don't understand.
Yes, I want to take this on for my grandbabies.
No, I mean, you need to do it for yourself.
Well,
Because
yeah,
how old are your grandchildren?
my grandchildren are 1 and 6 months.
All right. So, I mean, you have to do it for yourself. When's the last time you've seen your grandchildren?
Christmas.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you even say you're going to get drug tested today, so just be honest with me.
And they should be negative.
All right. What do you mean should be?
They're not going to be negative.
When's the last time you used?
It's been a while.
What's a while?
Marijuana wise, I smoked probably about a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
And it was very little. And besides that, I should be okay. It's out in 30 days. So,
Are you employed?
yes.
What do you do?
I'm doing punch out and clean up for a construction company, CNF Construction.
All right. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. This is what the court is going to do. It's going to be 8 years deferred adjudication. $250 fine. That will be probated. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow TAP results. Recommendation. If they're asking for inpatient treatment, we're going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they're asking for outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. 100 hours of community service restitution, proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes the parenting classes and the 100 hours of community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. I'm assuming you want, yes.
About the parenting classes and no unsupervised visits with minors. I watch my grandbaby on Mondays and Tuesdays. I have to, or my daughter can't work.
I can't have you watching children until your life is in order, and I deem that it's in order.
Well, these are my grandchildren.
I understand that. Let me ask you something. Do you love your grandchildren?
Of course, I love my grandchildren.
A lot?
But my daughter has to
But wait,
provide
let me ask you
bills.
this. Do you love your grandchildren?
Yes,
Do you love them a lot?
yes.
All right. So would you just let anybody take care of them?
No, but I'm the only venue she
Well, no,
has
no, no.
right now.
My question is, would you just let anybody take care of them?
Of course not.
All right. So let's say I come to your house and you want me to take care of your grandchildren because something came up, you can't do it, and your grandchildren love me. I got great references, right? And you watch me, you have cameras, you say, Stephanie, we want you. And I say, great. And then I tell you, there's something I didn't tell you. I was out with a fugitive task force and they came to a hotel and arrested me and there was meth everywhere.
Well, my daughter understands this.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Sometimes family members understand things, and I don't know why people do this with children. With children, people don't plan to have children. They have no idea, okay, I need daycare because I got to work, or either I'm not going to work. So how am I going to support my children? And guess what they end up doing? They end up getting whoever they can get to babysit their children. They're like, oh, it's a relative. I know she's used drugs in the past. I know it was meth. I know it was marijuana. I know she's on probation for that. I know a fugitive task force just picked her up. But the answer is no, I can't have that. Because you know what? I guarantee you, God forbid something happens to your grandchildren while they're in your care. And you know what the first question is going to be asked? Well, what judge would allow her, not even done treatment, to babysit a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old?
Ma'am.
And I know how 1-year-olds and 6-month-olds are. I have a niece who's 2. I love her. She is so demanding, but the answer is no. Those are my rules. All right, parenting classes. Once you started on parenting classes, once you started your treatment, then the court will reconsider. But for now, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. If you have unsupervised contact with minors, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and you're looking at 10 years in the prison. There's going to be field visit, random 1 time per month.
What?
There is to be random UAs or either a patch. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Can you pass that, please? Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
Right. And we can go off the record. I know you think I'm being harsh. I'm not listening, but I am listening.
Just the grandbaby thing.
Yeah. But part of my job is to protect the community. And sometimes people don't consider children part of the community. Many times people consider children as property. Like I tell them what to do and that's what they need to do. But a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old can't take care of themselves. You can't just put them at Travis Park and say, I've had you, good luck to you. And for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with people. They do not put children first. It's just sort of like a handbag or something.
Yeah.
Let me dress this child up. Look, they're so pretty. And then they're on their own.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is When I would have clients that I've represented on CPS sites, moms who had drug issues, I would always tell them, this is where you are at the point in your life now. We're trying to get you better and get you over this so you can get your children back. So where you are at the point in your life is the fugitive task force had to go pick you up at a hotel. And when they go to the hotel, there's meth and everything. That's a problem, right?
That was
So,
a problem then.
yeah. So you have to prove to me that you should be in the children's lives unsupervised. If you can prove that to me, I'll allow it to happen. All right? Thank you. With and count 2 is possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams. That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I asked the court to follow the agreement. Erica's, we talked about this. She's got some changes to make in her life, and she's going to use this as an opportunity to make some positive changes to kind of head in a better direction for her and her son.
All right. How many children do you have?
Have 4 total.
What are their ages?
One's 8, but he's in Washington, with his adopted family. And then I have 2 girls, 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, and my 3-year-old son.
And who is the 3-year-old with?
Right now, he's with my mom and dad. But my mom recently got, she's in a wheelchair now, so he's trying to take care of him. And so I'm able to come out and continue being mom to him that I have been since he's been born. I'm all he knows.
Well,
I'm trying.
here's the thing. You haven't been a good mom to him. And sometimes we have to take stock of our life. And if you take stock of your life, you haven't been a good mom to him, because otherwise you wouldn't be here for this. Is Child Protective Services involved?
Yes.
Who's your Child Protective Services attorney?
She doesn't have one yet, Judge. It's a fresh case. I actually spoke to the caseworker yesterday. They haven't filed paperwork yet,
Okay.
but it sounds like there may be a situation. I talked a little bit with Erica this morning about it, that they may be a temporary custody situation where they get her on a plan and with the goal of getting the child back with her. But it's kind of at the beginning of that stage. She hadn't had an attorney appointed yet.
Okay. How far did you go in school?
11,
Why didn't you graduate?
because I got pregnant with my oldest.
So what have you been doing? Because your oldest is 18 now. So what have you been doing to better yourself employment wise?
I was working with my boyfriend's mom because she owns a warehouse, and I've been working and helping just like with shipment and stuff like that. And
Is this Isaiah Salinas?
no,
Okay. Who's this boyfriend?
Kyle Herrera.
Kyle what?
Herrera.
Herrera.
Okay. Does he have criminal history?
No,
Does he have a drug issue?
no.
Do you have a drug issue? So, and have you been with Kyle while you've had this drug issue?
Yes, but he's more like because he's working, like it makes me want to work. Like he's like a positive influence in my life.
Here's the thing. This is what I've discovered on my time on the planet. I tell everybody I'm in the twilight of my life or the fall of my life, because I don't expect to live to be 200. It'd be nice if I did. But if everybody lives to be 200, then that means that we can't retire till we're 160. Who wants to do that, right? But this is what I've discovered. I've discovered that usually people who have the same interests gravitate towards each other. For example, if somebody invites me to a lunch with marathon runners, I'll show up because I'm supporting maybe somebody else who's a marathon runner. But we're not going to hang out on a day-to-day basis. We're not going to discuss what type of shoes they wear. You know why? Because I'm not a marathon runner. That's just not what I do. when people have drug addictions, usually the people they're with have drug addictions or either they enable them. So I know you're not going to sit here and try to tell me that Kyle doesn't use drugs.
If he does, he hasn't done it around me. I haven't really been like physically prior to me getting arrested. I haven't wasn't with him. It was just me and my son. It's always me and my son.
Have you done drugs around Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he say?
That's part of the reason why I haven't been around him.
All right. And I'm not going to allow you to be around him now. And I'm going to give you some advice. And this is me coming from a standpoint of somebody who's done child protective services cases where I've represented children and I've represented parents. Your main focus should be on getting your child back.
Yes, ma'am.
Your main focus should not be on relationships, because guess what? You're not ready for a relationship. And you know why you're not ready for a relationship? Because you're in the throes of your addiction. And when you're in the throes of your addiction, you're choosing the wrong people. You're making bad choices. And the problem with you is when you make a bad choice, your choice is impacting your child. It's impacting your mom. It's impacting your father, because now they got to raise a 3-year-old. And I know they didn't intend to have that happen in their life. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So how often were you using drugs?
I would say 3 times a week.
All right. And what drugs were you using? Anything other than meth?
I would take Xanax, but that was for anxiety, like half a bar today.
Okay. And have you ever had to do illegal things in order to obtain money for drugs?
No.
And the reason why I'm asking you this is because I'm trying to think of a great program for you, because CPS is not giving a child back to somebody who's in the throes of their addiction. And you're going to need a support system. And your support system cannot just be your mom and your dad, because sometimes moms and dads enable people because they want to see the best in their child. They don't want to see, oh, could she be using drugs? Could she not be using drugs? They'll lean towards, no, she's not using. So that's why I'm trying to understand. And the only courts that are available for treatment right now is Esperanza Court. And Esperanza Court are people who have been maybe victims of sex trafficking, people who have sold their bodies for different things. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, because that's the only court that will be available for you. So that's why I ask. So the questions I ask, I'm not trying to embarrass anyone, but I need to get this information so I can get the right conditions for you so that you can be successful and not end up going to prison. Okay. So let's start back over. So have you done anything illegal in order to obtain drugs? And if you want to ask her that in private and then just tell me the answer, counsel, because I think you know what question I'm
I
at.
don't think so. I think it's more like the original offense conduct was.
Okay.
I don't believe as far as what you're question.
Okay. All right. So what are you planning on doing with your life? How are you planning to support yourself?
When I get, I'm actually kind of excited about getting. I feel like this is a new start, for a new beginning for me and my son. For myself, of course, I want to start working. I want to be part of society. I want to be a role model to my daughter and my youngest daughter, who seems to be following in my footsteps. I'm kind of excited I feel like I'm starting over. I'm getting a chance to start over and change my people, places, and things.
Please, my file,
I don't do that. I won't
he goes.
to continue.
What do I do?
All right. I need everybody to whisper. You would have to wait till she calls you.
Okay.
All right. So you want to explain to me, and I have no problem with people having tattoos, but I'm always interested. You know, what does it mean? So what is the tattoo on your chest about? The big one, yes.
This is one of the first tattoos I got. I kind of honestly regret all of my tattoos.
But what is the chest tattoo? What is that?
It says time is money.
Okay. And then the other tattoos, what are those all about?
This is for my sister, my baby's dad that passed away. It says dream to sign, and my friend that passed away, and names.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes you can regret that you did different things, but the key is to make changes so it doesn't happen again.
Yes.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 636. We can get off the record. I always ask a lot of questions because I want to make sure that the conditions of probation are tailored for you as an individual, not in general, okay? All right, do better. You're welcome.
Erica Rodriguez appeared before Judge Stephanie Boyd facing a third-degree felony charge related to a controlled substance. She entered a guilty plea, and the court proceeded to sentencing. During the hearing, Judge Boyd asked Rodriguez about her personal life and her children. Rodriguez is a mother of 4, and her youngest child, a 3-year-old boy, was living with her elderly parents. Child Protective Services had recently opened a case regarding the child. Judge Boyd spoke about the importance of making better choices and focusing on her son. Rodriguez was placed on 5 years of probation with strict conditions including drug testing, sobriety meetings, parenting classes, and regular check-ins with her probation officer. Judge Boyd made clear that any violation could result in serious consequences.